And we are going to be covering the Instagram stories, how to, an overview of Instagram as a social media platform and the reasons to use their feature stories. Various features of Instagram stories, going to walk you through a lot of the ins and outs, what they offer, what they don't offer, some tips and tricks. And we're going to show some of it live and some of it, a lot of it's going to be in the PowerPoint. We are going to record this. Joe, you've got it recorded, right? And we will send out the recording along with my PowerPoint deck to all of the attendees, so you'll have this as a resource. We move pretty quickly through this hour. I will hold questions to the end because I want to make sure I get through all of the content. And I have found when I am talking about such fun, interesting topics like social media, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, you name it, we got them. That if I have questions in the middle, sometimes we get sidetracked and I don't get through all of the content. So I want to get through all of the content today in our hour. If you do have questions, type them in the chat box when you think of it, and then we'll field them at the end of the presentation. And that chat box, if you hover, you should see it over your Zoom menu bar. And if you don't see it, there's 3 dots and it says more. And then there's a little chat box and you can just type it in there. So this is a picture of me, and right now you can see me kind of sheltered in place. My hair's a little blonder in my picture. I haven't been to my hairstylist for a while, and I've decided to let it go all natural. So you're seeing it a different color, but it's the same me, I promise. Probably need to update that photo. Maybe I'll do that here down the road. I am the president of LL Consulting. I've had my consulting firm for close to 25 years. I focus in the area of economic development, downtown revitalization, and providing business advising services for SBDCs, mostly in Northern California. I have 8 years working with the Shasta-Cascade SBDC, which Joe had said covers Shasta and Trinity County. At the end of our slide, we have a link to all, for you to find the Small Business Development Center in your state, in your county, in your city. We are a network that is across the state of United States, and there are SBDCs in every state close to you. So if you are interested and don't live in Shasta or don't have your business in Shasta or Trinity County, then you can find an SBDC near you to also help you with your business. Areas that I provide consulting in is market research and business feasibility. I work with pre-venture businesses. They're just wanting to think about starting their business, and then startups, which are under a year, and then those businesses that maybe have been around for a while. I do a lot of work in the digital marketing, social media, branding, and promotional strategies part of business planning. Joe, who's hosting our webinar today, he does a fabulous job with the financial pieces. And the 2 of us are going to be doing a workshop on September 15th, a webinar on writing a business plan. Everybody's favorite topic, and Joe and my top 10. So make sure you kind of watch our calendar for that. So with that said, I'm going to stop my video because I talk a lot with my hands and there's no need for you to see that as I'm going through my PowerPoint. So this is a slide that I found from a resource that's down there in the corner, Amazon. And I really like this matrix because it kind of shows you the top 6 powerhouses of social media. Now we know there's so much more out there, and every day it seems like there's a new app, a new platform, a new way of assisting all of us with how to work digitally. But these are our top 6 performers in social media. And of course, Facebook is the first big king of all of them. And Facebook owns Instagram. So I just want you to kind of know that they bought Instagram a few years ago and really have started to integrate the 2 platforms. They're separate. but there's some opportunity to do what you can do on Facebook, on Instagram, and vice versa. LinkedIn is right up there, and then this is Twitter, Pinterest, this is YouTube, which is a powerful, powerful search engine owned by Google. And I would encourage everyone to make a video and go subscribe to get your own YouTube channel. You need one video, and then you have your own YouTube channel, and then you can make more videos and push it out and have them sit on your website, have them integrated into your social media. So there's an opportunity there to even get a more SEO in how you use social media. And today I made a video to show you some of the background of Instagram, because it's hard to do Instagram because most of it is through the phone. It is a mobile device made for your mobile devices, whether it's iPhone, Android, Samsung, whatever you use. And so it's not as easy to show live like some of the other platforms that are on desktop. Now, Instagram has a desktop feature, but it's very limited in what you can do and how you can navigate. It's really designed for take the picture, upload it, do your story, tag it, put a sticker on it, push it out, and or a post, right? So this just kind of tells you some of the demographics that appeal to certain social media platforms, kind of what are they known for, and then kind of maybe what's required. Now, you don't have to, with Instagram, we're right here in the very last column on the right, it really does appeal to a more younger demographic, 18 to 29-year-olds. However, I'm seeing more and more businesses using Instagram platforms and stories to reach their demographics, which might be a little older. I use stories, a few times I've used stories for my business. Unfortunately, my business is typically me visiting a community, working with a community, talking about their economic development or their small business community, looking at their placemaking or open space design issues. And I haven't been able to get as much content as I want live because I'm not traveling. So it's a little harder for some type of businesses. But if you're a product-driven business or a creative, or you have, a retailer or restaurateur, even service-based businesses are using stories. It's just, we have to be more creative in the content. I'm going to move on to the next slide. This shows you just kind of type of what they're really known for. And Instagram, very little news comes across Instagram. It is a photo visual platform. Viewing photos, watching videos, sharing content with everyone is right up high on their list. Now, promoting their business, it is still not as high as some of the other platforms, but it is becoming much more of a effective way to reach audiences immediately through stories for businesses. And I'm seeing a lot of restaurants are using it, a lot of retailers, a lot of businesses have discovered the Instagram business profile. So 500 million people use stories. Now this is the overview of stories, which is one of the features of Instagram. And that's what we're going to be talking about today is stories. 500 million people use stories daily. That is a lot of folks. And I can tell you that my 24-year-old is right up there in that 500 million people. She is a story queen. That age group is right on. She likes to share stories about where maybe she's visiting friends, or she's out to dinner, or she's just sending a emoji with a GIF, a funny little, clip, and just saying something about her day. So, and that's her personal. She's getting ready to launch her online vintage and reuse store, and she is going to use an app for it, but she's also going to then interlink it with an Instagram business profile. So it'll be interesting to watch that grow. 1/3 of most viewed stories come from business accounts, and about half of Instagram's monthly users are using stories. Again, like I said, the most active viewers are millennials and Generation Z. 15 to 25% of viewers swipe up on links. And in order to have a swipe up feature, you have to have at least 10,000 followers. So there's a goal for you. I think I have 43. So I am well on my way to reaching that 10,000. And brands post on an average 2.5 Instagram stores. I guess I have a little typo there. I better fix that. Stories a week. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so why use Instagram stories? First of all, they're a camera-first, full-screen visual format that disappears after 24 hours. So they're there 24 hours and then they're gone. Now, don't worry. If you have the archive feature turned on your Instagram profile, it will save your stories and then we can put them into highlights. And I'm going to talk about that. So if once they disappear, and they disappear from the consumer's view, unless you put them in a highlight, but they don't disappear if you have them archived, if you have that feature. Doesn't show up in the Instagram news feed. It means that users can post easily and rapidly to their followers without having to go overloading them in the feed. So they come in a separate place, and you've seen it all if you're an Instagram user, right across the top, and they show, more importantly, they show that you're active. You're active as a business, and you know your followers are active by seeing if they have clicked onto your story or read your story. So you know you have an active user base. And you know, in today's digital world, everything is digital. A lot of it's digital because we've just had to go that way. These stories are kind of a moment of a real live in-person experience. I mean, it can be, right? If it's a video, if it's just a post that's been made into a story, it still is something that's just like right then. You can look at it, you can kind of uplift, you can get an idea of what the business is selling or the products and services that they're offering, and then you're on your way. So it's a, you know, kind of in the moment. It lets followers, I've already said that story just requires a quick idea or an interesting moment and some creativity. So you got to be kind of creative. Now, I do always stress to clients that when we're putting together our social media content, we want to think about it in terms of how it all kind of is driving to meet our goals. And we want to kind of lay it out so that it supports our other ways that we're trying to communicate with our customers or promote our products and services or build brand awareness. So it doesn't entail as much thought as if you were designing an ad that's going in a big publication or even a Facebook ad, but it still does in a story. You still need to have a quality photo. You need to know what kind of hashtag you're going to use. Are you going to use a sticker? Are you going to tag it? Are you going to use a location? So you still have to kind of learn and practice and get familiar with all of that. And most importantly, you need to create your social media personality or voice by using stories. And that's really important. And that personality can be kind of like how you're captioning things, what kind of background you're using, what kind of content are you pushing out, because all of that is also supporting and moving forward your overall digital brand, your digital image. It's great for testing ideas. There's tools for drawing, placing stickers, adding some reality filters, a poll feature. You can ask a question. All of those kind of new kind of features have been added in just the last couple months, especially for helping businesses get through COVID-19 by curbside, you know, ordering, reminding them the different ways that you deliver your products and services. And Instagram is, I'm going to go over some of those stickers, but Instagram and Facebook are continually looking, how can they support their small business customer? and how can they help you get the word out about your business through your social media platforms. So they are a true partner, and they are working really hard to offer new features in these platforms to help you deliver your messages to your customer base. If your followers have their notifications turned on for the new Instagram stories for people they follow, they'll be alerted to your new stories, particularly if you're broadcasting live. So you might want to send out in your email, or you might want to do a post to remind your followers to turn on their notifications, because you're building up to a live event. Especially now that we're getting into Q4, you might want to build up that synergy and that urgency about the promotions and incentives and discounts you may be offering during the holiday season. And you're going to build it up to a live event, virtual live event. Or maybe if your store is open, you might do a smaller version in your store, but you're going to broadcast it live, right? And everybody can plug in. And you want to tell everybody to make sure they've got their notifications turned on, because they'll be the first to know that that's the day, and remind them to tune in. So when you're thinking about any of your marketing strategy, you want to think about, seriously, what are the goals? Why am I doing stories? Why am I taking all the time to build my Instagram profile? Why do I go on my business Facebook page and try to figure out how to do the Facebook shop? Why am I doing email marketing? Why do I have a website? All of those wrap into the marketing strategy, right? And they all have different purposes, and they all work together. So when we're thinking about Instagram stories, what are you trying to achieve? Are you trying to showcase your products and services? Are you trying just to build your community, increase awareness of your brand, showcase your company culture and values, advertise to promote potential customers, increase your brand loyalty, share company news and updates? And now with Facebook and Instagram, you can actually sell directly from the app. That's a new feature. I'm going to be talking about that in a couple weeks, Facebook Shop, which then integrates into Instagram Shop. And people don't have to leave the app. They can shop right there, and you can direct them right over to your website if you have an e-commerce site using Shopify or some other type of e-commerce platform. So what is the goal that you want to use for Instagram? And there may be times that you are overlapping those goals. Maybe you're right now trying to do brand awareness because you're a brand new business in the marketplace, like my daughter's new, she calls it Reused and Confused shop. And she may be using her Instagram to really just build awareness about it and get folks to go to and start shopping. And then over time, maybe she'll decide she wants to sell right on Instagram. So you might want to use it for research. Look at, or these are your tips before you start. So set your goals, sorry. The next thing is research. Look at what other businesses are doing with their stories and determine what you like and what you don't like. The beauty of social media, the beauty of internet, is that it has opened up this whole world to not only other businesses, competing businesses, but other businesses in our industry that maybe are located way outside of our state. And we can see what they're doing. We can get ideas. We can say, oh gosh, I really like the way that they set up their Pinterest and have that beautiful color coordinated branding, bulletin board. Or in Instagram, this is Thrifty Beast Babe. And this is an example of one that my daughter researched. This is a Instagram, totally Instagram only site that this business owner sells reused vintage clothing. And she is the model. This is not her. This is one of her followers who, she encourages, the business owner encourages people to, once they purchase something, to model it, tag her, tell us what you like about it. And this is an example of one of those people that purchased her product and said, at Thrifty Beast, helping me live my best sleepy, scary, spicy life. Check out her shop. She ships. So she is giving testimonial. She is giving an advertisement about Thrifty Beast. Thrifty Beast asked for that, then she gets permission, and then she posted, and then she has this highlighted under one of her highlights, and all those little dots are all little stories that she's archived from her followers. So it's building credibility. It gives the ability for people to then easily, if they're following Sissy Dinky, they can click right on Thrifty Beast's Instagram handle and go right to her site and start to shop themselves. So this is a perfect example of how you can use Instagram. Think less about posting and more about programming. Thinking about your roadmap, thinking about what I'm trying to create. What am I, when I look at my stories across a month, what does my storyboard gonna look like? Am I trying to bring them along the journey with me as I'm opening up my business? Am I trying to show them all of the breakfast items that I have? Am I trying to show them all my safety and health protocols that I put in place? Am I trying to tell them how they can do business with me differently? I shop at a consignment store in Phoenix, and I wasn't sure how they take clothes, because I drop off some of my clothes to the store. And right now I haven't been wearing a lot of my clothes, so I'm thinking, oh, I'll recycle some of them, give them, make a little money off of them, or just donate them. But I always go to this wonderful high-end consignment store. So on her Instagram, she doesn't have a Facebook, but on her Instagram, she has all details of how you drop off the clothes, how many they're taking, you've got to call for an appointment. And she says it very nicely, and it's very well laid out. So, that's another way that people are thinking about their stories. And then the last tip is take your videos, take your pictures, don't post right away unless you're like absolutely sure you got it right, and then edit. Take it home, edit it, take more than you need, because you could use different snippets for different stories or different social media platforms or your other digital marketing, and then lay it out and then post it. Trust me, one day it's not going to make the difference, especially when you're learning. If you don't know all the stickers, and for me, obviously you saw that spelling is not my forte. So I always like to make sure I've got everything spelled right. And sometimes when I'm right in the moment and I'm outside and I'm on my Instagram and I can't see the screen very well, and maybe my stickers come and I'm trying to hashtag something, I'm not thinking it through. So just take some time and edit and edit and edit. So how do you create that Instagram story? Well, it's really easy. Instagram makes it super easy, just like Facebook does. I'm gonna take a drink of water just a minute, folks. So you wanna go on your business profile, and you have to have a business profile. You can do stories on your personal too. But this is about business, so we're talking business profiles. And you're gonna click right up here where that red arrow is. There's a camera icon in the top left corner. That's how you access the Instagram Stories camera, okay? So it's right up here. You're seeing my business profile. I follow National Main Street Center. They always tag their brand in every single post and story they do. But they strategically do it, and it's not an overgross type of logo. And then they always strategically tag in the story, in the post, a hashtag. So anyways, you click on this and then tap the white circle right here at the bottom of the screen to take a picture. And this is actually a picture I took of and Joe will appreciate this because I live in Arizona. Joe, this is a plumeria tree that is as tall as my house. that I brought back from Hawaii as a twig and stuck in the ground, and it has grown and grown and grown, and I've cut it down. So this is actually a photo of a plumeria tree in my backyard that I took as an example for today's presentation. So you want to click on that white circle to take a picture, or press and hold the white circle to record a video, or swipe up and select the square gallery icon on the left, right down here, to use pre-existing visuals. So if you have loaded up and taken a lot of pictures when you were out in the field, or you were out on a, outdoors on a trip, or you've been in your studio and you're getting ready to load up all your products and you have a lot of them on your camera, you can then find them right here in your camera. So it's pretty simple. Press the camera, go to your, this gives you an instant picture for your story, or you can hold it down for a video, or you can upload your own photos that are in your library on your camera. So how do you create that story? To select multiple, and I'm going to go over this verbally because you're getting this slide, but then I'm going to show you a YouTube, and that YouTube down here link will be in the PowerPoint deck. So to select multiple photos for a story, you swipe up to access photos taken, and then select them in order of where you want them to appear. So let's say you took a lot of photos. So you're seeing all of my photos that I have taken on my camera, and I've been taking them for different purposes, or I've saved them for my different webinars I'm doing. So you can select them, and let's say you took, like, a series of images of a product and you showed it in different ways. I know that the Thrifty Beast, she models, and then she has someone take pictures of her, and she's showing it from different angles, right? She's showing the dress from the front, the back, the side. So the same thing here. Or you can show a series. You have your storyboard thought out. You want to do a story about all your protocols you've put in place. So you're showing folks, from the beginning, what the entrance looks like, how you've social distance, the mask, the new checkout area. So these are ones that have already been taken. You can use segments to record the video in one take without it being cut off at the 15-second mark by holding down that record button. So naturally, if you just push down the button, it's going to give you a 15-second video clip. But if you want it to take a series of videos and you want it to kind of run for a while, you hold that white button down, and it'll take 15-second segments, and then you can go in and see which ones you want. And I'm going to show you the YouTube in a minute about that. The disadvantage about that feature is that you can't save and edit your footage before posting. So if you use that and you're taking a series of videos, you can't edit it before you post it. So it's kind of like, okay, I better just kind of think about this. And then you would want to use, if you're going to use that, you want to edit it, you're going to use the bulk uploader to post previously edited images or videos to your story. You open up your camera roll, you select the photos or videos in order you want them to appear, tap next, and then edit each one. So again, when I talk about editing is really important. So I'm going to stop my screen here. I'm going to, let me see. How do I get out of it? Okay. I'm going to go down here to, shoot. Can you guys see my screen or not? Joe, can you see my YouTube?
Yeah, Lani, you're all good.
Okay, wait a minute, I gotta go back. I don't want to use, okay. Just a minute, guys. Okay, I want to get to the right one here. Forget that one. This is the right one. All right, this is a really good YouTube, so go ahead and enjoy.
Lani, we're having sound issues.
Oh,
Yeah, volume.
can you hear it now?
To do this, simply hold down the record button.
You got it.
It will automatically slice the video into segments for you. Once uploaded, these segments will play seamlessly for your viewers. A disadvantage of using the segments tool is that you can't save and edit your footage before posting. To post previously edited images or videos to your story, try the bulk uploader. To use the bulk uploader, open your camera roll, select multiple, then tap multiple shots in the order you want them to play. Tap next, and then edit each story individually. When reviewing your video content, listen for distracting sounds like wind or loud music that might detract from your story. Simply mute to remove all noise. That said, most people watch stories without sound. So, if sound is vital to your story, tell people to turn their sound on. You should also include closed captions for any important spoken phrases. Captions also make your stories more accessible to people with hearing disabilities or who might speak another language. If you have an extended spoken phrase that needs captioning, use a third-party tool to transcribe your stories. Once your story's live, you can make it a highlight. Highlights are a collection of stories that don't disappear after 24 hours. Your highlight reel should showcase your most valuable and evergreen stories. You can pull from published stories that are currently live, or if your auto archive feature's on, you can pull from archived stories. You can also create branded highlight covers for consistency. These cover images can be made using third-party apps. Once created, add the image from your camera roll, then name your highlight. Keep the name short so it doesn't get cut off. Keep in mind, only a few highlights are visible before a viewer has to scroll for more. So, limit the number of highlights you create and regularly delete any that are no longer relevant. You can also use stories to increase the visibility of existing Instagram posts and IGTV videos that you don't want your audience to miss. When you include these in your stories, viewers simply tap your username to visit the page. Likewise, if you have an IGTV channel, viewers simply tap to go to your channel and watch the rest of the video.
Okay. Sorry about that with sound, guys. I guess I have to remember to unplug my headphones. Can you guys hear me? Joe, can you hear me okay now? Can everybody see my screen okay?
You're all good.
Okay, thanks, Emily. Okay, so
Yep,
that
you're
video.
back.
Okay, I'm back. So that video, I encourage you to look at it. It went really fast, but that's one video that I found that I thought just did a great job in a snippet showing you about some of those little features we just talked about. So using stickers is fun, and yet it's very crucial tool for you to get really comfortable with it. The stickers come as a way to communicate and further make your story more fun, more engaging, communicated in a short little snippet. Because, you know, there's not a lot of room on your mobiles for a lot of words. And if you use a lot of words in your post or in your stories, you're going to lose and not see the purpose of Instagram, and that's the photo. That's the video. So stickers are a way for very intimate, very instantaneously communication. It increases your reach and views, and you can use the hashtag feature and the locations feature, which are really key. That's one of the ways that many businesses help brand where they're located. They'll have a location feature, whether it's the city they're in or the community they're in or the region or the state. Stickers are there to impress a mood, like with emojis or music or GIFs. I often use emojis in my own personal email conversations with my clients. just, you know, showing a happy face or a wink and a you know, smile. And we've gotten quite used to them. We don't want to overuse them. But if that is part of your personality of your Instagram stories and you want to kind of build on that, they're totally acceptable now. You just have to kind of think about who your customer base is. And if they're an older demographic, maybe they would enjoy more of a sticker or just a strategically placed hashtag versus an emoji. They can, they're designed to also encourage engagement with polls, countdowns, or questions. And this is like a screenshot of all the stickers that a lot of the stickers that you can get. And recently, Instagram added stickers to help build community and strengthen your relationships with your customers. And those are the support your small business, thank you stickers, donation stickers for maybe nonprofits that are have Instagram accounts and are business accounts and are looking at, you know, using stories to talk about how they're continuing to provide and meet their mission, and they want to kind of maybe remind folks that these missions, these activities don't just happen by themselves. It takes resources, and to remember to donate. There's also some stickers for COVID-19, the stay home. Food orders are new, gift cards are new. If you have are using the feature of Instagram gift cards or Facebook gift cards, or you have your own gift cards and you want to promote that in your story, especially now as we move into Q4 and you want to push out that that's a way of giving to your family and friends and supporting small business, you might want to use that gift card sticker. So those are, you know, there's a lot of stickers in there. I just encourage you to go in, look around, see how other businesses are using it. Don't overuse them, just like, you know, hashtags, don't overuse them, be strategic. So hashtags, hashtags, hashtags. You know, Instagram is known for hashtags, right? And you want to think about hashtags as one way of organizing your post or your stories. But first of all, you want to really think about them to help show viewers where to lead them to other places with other like type of stories. So in this hashtag slide here, adding a hashtag to your story makes discoverable to a wider audience. It can be you can select it by the Instagram algorithm to appear on the Explore page for that hashtag. They may select your post to be part of that Discover page. And the Discover page is that little search button on the bottom of your Instagram profile, down on the bottom of your screen. That little search is where Instagram puts a lot of the posts, videos, stories that are usually related to what you are searching for. So if you're searching for, let's say you want to, you know, purchase some things about gardening and you want to know about cactus, then you may see in your search button things about that. So you kind of want to think about your hashtags for a business being strategically developed, because that's where many of your followers are probably going to, versus from them going from other pages they follow or other hashtags that they follow, and they'll go there and they'll see your post, right? Because that's one of the hashtags you use. So one of the two ways to add a hashtag, you can use the hashtag sticker, which is this right down here on the bottom, or you can use regular text like right here. Well, you can add up to 10 hashtags in a story, but you want to, again, remember, you don't want it to be cluttered. You don't want it to be like, you know, it's all spastic. What's going on in this story? Oh my God, they've got every hashtag, every sticker in there. So try shrinking them and stacking them, or hiding them behind stickers and other GIFs or emojis. So up here, this is a good example of some hashtags. They've only got 4. They're all different colors. It's not the best, right? But Here is one that's even better. And up here, they've hid it in the part of the photo. They've made it the same color. So again, this little, I'm going to show you this little, this is my YouTube. I think this is one I made by taping it. So we're going to go and we're going to look at that. There. Let's hope it works. Let me know, Emily, if you can't see it or hear it, okay? There might not be any sound to it, so we're okay with no sound. This is me making one. So I added the date. I changed the color of the date. Now I'm going to look at add some features to it. I'm going to add my tag. So I'm using the hashtag sticker. I'm typing in there summer vibes, kind of changing the colors. There's a feature to change colors. Charlie, sorry about the dog. I'm going to move it down. Yeah, there, move it up, move it down. This is me actually making this, folks. I just want you to know this is how real time goes. And then now I'm going to play with the color. And I'm going to start typing a hashtag using, this is the, the text. So I want to add another hashtag. I'm going to put in Phoenix, Arizona. I want to make that green and smaller. So I'm looking at the different fonts. Okay, I like that one because I'm kind of that kind of a person. And now I'm going to change the color. So I'm going into the dripper and I've changed it. See, you can just go up there and it's hidden, right? So if my followers click on that, it's going to take them to hashtag Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, and I added some glitter to this just because I could. And there you go. So now it's ready to send. And I saved it. And then I can send it. I can send it just to my close friends, or I can send it to all of my followers. So that is how you down and, let me get out of here. How you actually make a story really quickly. And that hashtag, I recorded that on my phone as I was actually doing it. And I was strategically trying to show you exactly some of the features. Kind of hard to teach it live, but I hope you got the gist. Okay, so here are a couple of the different type of features. The location feature right here. This one is about location. And business, you can like hashtags. Adding a location to your story expands its potential reach beyond your follower list. Often businesses have their own location page, which it makes it easy for them by tapping on that hashtag and then going directly over to that page. And it also increases the odds of getting into the Explorer page. So if you have a lot of products and a lot of services, you have a lot, and you're always branding, hashtagging, people are going to go that to see what's new, what's the latest outfit that you're posting, what's the latest menu, what's the latest chef you're showcasing. So down here on this, they've hashtagged Downtown Grass Valley. This is a little store. Yuba Blue has their hashtag right up here in their story. And then they hashtag Downtown Grass Valley because that's where they're located, and then shop local. So this is an example of how they've used a hashtag in their story to really drive people to certain parts. They're not putting it in their post or their story video. They're actually putting it in their content post. And then you can do polls. Many businesses do polls, ask questions. Sometimes the polls are just fun. Do you like this? Do you like this shoe or this shoe? If you were thinking about a rain boot for the coming months in November and December, which of these boots would you most likely order? This one or this one or this one? Or you can ask questions. And you need to then respond with the right answer. If you do that in a story, then come back and say, hey, everybody responded to my story. You could do this in a post. I want to let you know that the winner was this pair of boots, and you can now purchase them at our store. We're going to be giving 20% discount for the popularity. Come on by, say you saw it in the story, and we will thank you, right? That's one way of trying to drive product. And then over here is the way that you will find the creative ways. You want to swipe left. This is a creative mode. If you don't have a picture, don't have a video, but you want to kind of just say something, there's a creative mode out there that you can add color, you can add some words, and maybe you're just wanting to, you know, hashtag a couple things, just want to add it to your overall kind of storyboard, and it doesn't have anything to do with a photo or a video. It's just a template you're using, and that's that. You swipe left on the bottom and you'll find all of this. And then this is also where you find boomerang, layout, super zoom, hands-free. Those are different features for the videos. So back to Instagram story highlights. I want to make sure you get this before we wrap it up, because I'm talking and running out of time as always. That you want to make sure you have that feature. If you want to save your stories and archive them and then figure out how you would like to sit them on your Instagram profile for later, some businesses do it by category. Some organizations do it by the year. Some do it by the type of services they're doing. So you go to your settings on your Instagram profile. This is your business Instagram profile. You go down to privacy, and then you find story, and there you save to archive. If it's not, if you don't want to save them, unclick it. If it's not clicked, your 24-hour videos or your 24-hour stories are not going to be saved. And then you create your highlight button. And there's, they have generic ones that you can do. Type in there, I think mine has a Phoenix on it. This is Visit Arizona. This is of course, this is our official visit, state visit organization, just like Visit California is yours, Visit Arizona is ours. And they kind of have it with types of activities. They have movies, adventure, weekends, wellness, and they had an artist do these. These are handwritten, little hand-drawn, very simple, kind of iconic, and it's part of their brand, their personality. Want to make it kind of, you know, approachable. We're not a sophisticated kind of state agency, even though they are. And we want to reach out to all of our followers, our 182 followers, and if they want to go in and find out about Arizona movies, what movies were made in Arizona, what adventures are there, they could go click on here and see all the stories that they've created over time. So some quick tips and tricks before I get to questions and answers. You want to tune into your visual identity. You want to think about how you're visually branding your stories as part of your Instagram overall brand. So you want to think about when you're taking photos, shoot vertically and think stories first, okay? Because if you shoot horizontally, they don't fit very well in stories. So I always recommend to businesses take a lot more pictures than you think you're ever going to take, or photos, or do a lot more video outtakes than you think you're going to use, because you may be able to use them in different pieces. You may be able to, the format be used differently. For example, this is William Sonoma's Instagram stories. Yes, Instagram stories, William Sonoma. So they're talking about a specific collection, Time for Tea. We love our new Alice in Wonderland inspired tea featuring, so they're showing the whole collection, they're showing it as a group, and then they're breaking it down to what else, other kind of specific type of cups you could have. And then this is about their Zodiac mugs. So they're showing the whole collection by, you know, which of these do you want to have? Swipe up, because they have over 10,000 actual followers, and it'll take them to a link to their website where they can order these. You want to think about providing value. What stories are a great place to give your audience what they don't even know they needed, to earn meaningful clicks or swipe ups Rather, think carefully about the job your brand can do for your audience. If it's hard to pin down, consider drawing up some audience personas to gain clarity. For instance, this was in the story of Dancing Mother's Day. It's perfectly designed to remind viewers of a task that they've been neglecting, thinking about Mother's Day. Storytelling. Stories are about storytelling. And when I talk about a storyboard, think about the story that you want your stories to tell. And you may want to put them in a highlight so that it tells a story about a product over time or different ways you're using it. One of the Instagrams that I follow for the consignment store, she puts all of the posts that or stories she's done in a week under a highlight for that week's collection, right? These are what they're selling. Again, we talked about the sound off, sound on, if you're going to have sound off, which most people listen to, but if they need the sound on to hear the video, or take out the headphones like I needed to do, remind them with the sticker. And then make sure you check your Instagram story views. Again, Instagram has that great feature of all of the insights. Last slide. And then I'm going to cut this short because I want to take some questions. This is a wonderful Instagram from HubSpot, an infographic that tells the difference between what an Instagram feed is and Instagram stories. The post versus the stories. The posts are evergreen. They stay in your profile forever. Stories disappear. What their feed is ideal for discovering new audiences. Stories are ideal for engagement, really pushing up that algorithm, which is so important. In the feed, most people have sound off. In a story, a lot are putting sound on. Curated. Feed content is usually planned out, where Instagram stories, as mentioned before, can be off the cuff, or they can be planned out and then strung together for a curated message. And then, most Instagram feeds, many brands have built a strategy, and for Instagram stories, there's still lots of room for experimenting. So this is just something you'll get in your PowerPoint deck, because it kind of helps us, kind of helps you think the difference between the feed and the stories, and maybe how they work together, and maybe how you want them to be totally separate. Okay. Whew, I think I made it through it. I am going to look at my chat box. I think I have a few questions here. And wow, I made it through an hour. That's a lot. I always have more content than I think I need. And I'm always worried I'm going to run up short. I don't know why I do that. Okay, I know IG recently came out with Reels. I don't know what Reels are, Maria. Maria's asking, with Reels, what's the difference between IG stories and IG Reels? I need to investigate that, because it just popped up in my feed in the last couple weeks, and I'm seeing more about Reels, and I don't know. I will make sure that I get that answer and get back to everyone. Is the meeting still open? Oh yes, it was still open. Joe answered that one. Regarding the Thrifty Beast example, how do you highlight someone else's stories? You have to ask them to send it to you in that @ThriftyBeast. You're gonna get it. The business is gonna get it that they were tagged, and then she took a screenshot of it. So when you tag someone, it lets them know that you've mentioned it in their feed. So Thrifty Beast then goes back to Sissy Dinklet's feed, and she screenshot that, and then she put it in as a part of her stories. We are not hearing any sound. Thank you, Maria. I think we did get that right. When people say story, it's more talking about your business with images than actual text. Yes, very good point. Thank you. Okay. Oh, I see somebody who says we're old Main Street gals. Hello, Alex. Okay, it's always nice to see. So do we have any other questions out there that we can ask right now in the next 3 minutes? Go ahead and put that in there. And other than that, then Joe or Emily, you come back and I'll let you finish up. Here's the last slide.
Unmute myself. There we go. So how do you sign up for services? Here's the best part of it. Again, if you're in Northern California, specifically in the Redding, Shasta, Trinity County area again, because that's where we're at. And most of our information that we do have concerns those two counties. It's at the www.sbdcsc.org. That is our website. Sign up, a little red box, I think, top right corner of the main page. You can apply for service. No charge. Remember, we don't charge a thing. My background, as Lani, I think, mentioned earlier, I'm an old banker by trade. I'm basically the money finder guy. That's the way I like to kind of promote myself. Been a lender for 25 years and so on. So if you need money, you'll see me. If you're a startup, you'll probably see me as well. Lani is our marketing guru. We have people involved with QuickBooks. Rebecca, phenomenal person. QuickBooks training that's going on all the time. In fact, our 3-day QuickBooks class, I believe, if I'm not crazy, is this week. Yep, there it is. We're going to have our QuickBooks 3-dayer coming up 27, 28, 29. Biggie, huge, okay? Emily, of course, is our wonderful admin. She is phenomenal. She saved my bacon again today, putting me in as co-host. And again, once you're in that system, you can get all the one-on-one consulting you need to get you where you need to go. That's great. If indeed you are coming in from another county, another state, America's SBDC.org, you can find an SBDC office that covers your area. We cover every state and every county within those states in the United States. So SBDC is everywhere you want to be. We just happen to be bringing this to you from Northern California, in the smoke. Smoke of Northern California.
And Arizona.
And Arizona, yeah, we cover up and down.
We are multi-state.
North and south, all Western area. How about it? So again, thank you all for coming. You will all receive copies again of this this presentation. So and the YouTube link. And so see, is there any other questions here?
No. I just want to thank everybody for spending the hour with me, and I'm sorry for that little sound blip. I didn't realize that my headphones, you guys couldn't hear it. I could hear it fine. So I'll have to remember that for future. But I really want to thank everyone, and just go out and have fun with Instagram stories. There is really no right or wrong way to do it. And as you get better with it, you'll feel more comfortable with it. It's fun. And now in this day and age, in terms of how we're trying to navigate this unusual environment that we're operating in, stories is a fun way to kind of uplift even yourself, more importantly, your customers.
Very good. Well, thank you all very much and have a great day.